Hello, good morning. This is Varkanath SK, Assistant Professor, Department of EEE, SJVIT Bangalore. Welcome to today's session on roles of a manager in an organization. Just a second. So, in the roles of a manager over here, you can see, according to Henry Mintzberg, the above managerial functions they do not provide an adequate description of the management process. In other words, we can say that as the fail to describe the reality of any managers what they are supposed to do. So he suggested that the instead of the manager should be regulated as a playing the following 10 different roles which are played in particular order. So we can categorize as interpersonal roles, informational roles, and decisional roles. We will see one by one among it. So welcome to today's session on roles of managers under the course Management and Entrepreneurship with the course code of 21EE61. So as I mentioned earlier, so roles of a manager we can classify as interpersonal, informational, and decisional roles. Among each category, we are having different varieties. We will see one by one. So in for interpersonal roles, we will see as a figurehead. So they perform the duties of ceremonial nature, such as the greeting the touring dignitaries, attending the wedding of the employees, and so on. So we call it as a figurehead. As a leader, interpersonal roles, so every manager should motivate and encourage their employees, try to reconcile and individually needs among the goals of the organization. And the liaison officer over here is the role. Every manager they should able to develop the contacts outside the vertical chain of the command to control or collect the information useful for the organization. So in general, interpersonal roles over here is they interact with the outside stakeholders for attending the functions or getting the information and act like a dealer between the seller and the buyer over here. So as a leader, so this term we call it as the interpersonal roles over here. Next, we move on to the informational roles. They act like monitoring, dissemination, and the spokesperson over here. In case of monitoring here, so most perspectively, they scan the environment for information, interaction between the liaison and the subordinates to get any consolidated information which is useful for the organization. They have to monitor each and every access over to here, the information which is being passed on to the outside world. And they have to act like a disseminator. So manager, they passes their privileged information directly to the subordinates who otherwise would have not access to it. So they will be like a disseminator or the information passed on to the subordinates or the first line managers over here. And they have to be a spokesperson which may require sending a part of the time in representing the organization from the various outside groups from they form the stake in the organization such as the government officials, labor unions, financial institutions. So they will be representing from the organization to the outside world. They have to pass the message to the outside world. We call it as informational based roles. Moving on to the decisional based roles, as an entrepreneur, so he should act like a role of a manager, proactively works for the innovation to improve the organization by means of creating the new ideas, development of the new products or the services, or finding the new users for the older ones. So he should be an entrepreneur based, thinking based role. So next one is the disturbance handler, must act like a firefighter to seek the solution to various unanticipated problems. So there will be various clashes among the employees in an organization. He should be able to handle that particular situation and resolve the issue, and normal working should be taken place over here. Next one is the resource allocator. They must divide the work and delegate authority among the subordinates. Negotiator must spend considerable amount of time in the negotiation. That negotiation may be among the workers or the employees, or between the price negotiation or with the outside world, getting procurement of all the equipments to the organization. So these are few information with respect to the decisional based rules. So formation of this business policy, we will see, have a look into it. The mission of this particular business is the most obvious purpose. So for example, to make a sum, the vision of this business which reflects in aspiration or specify its intent direction for the future destination. The objective of the business here refers to the activity at which the certain risk that has to be aimed at it. So the business policy, which is to guide, stipulates the rules, regulations, objectives which are used by the managers and the decisions which has to be taken care. This refers to the business coordination plan of action that is going to take place with respect to resource to realize its vision and long-term objectives. They have to guideline the managers stipulating how sort to allocate and utilize the factors with respect to the production of the business advantages. So moving on to the implementation of these policies and strategies, they have to be discussed with all the managerial personnel and the staffs. Manager must understand where and how they can be able to implement their policies and the strategies. Plan of action then have to be devised from the each department. Policies and strategies must be reviewed regularly. They can't be fixed for a certain period of time. Each and every time that has to be reviewed once in 2 years or 3 years. Contingency plan must be devised in case the environmental changes. Assessment of progress, which is that has to be carried out by the top level managers. A good environment and the team spirit that is which is required within the business. The missions, objectives, strengths, and weakness of each department they must be analyzed to determine the roles in achieving the business goals. So, to give mid and top level managers a good idea of future for each department, this has to be required. A framework which is created whereby the plans and decisions are being made. Mid and lower level managers may adopt to their own plans to execute the business on. So, thanks for watching this particular video. So, subscribe to our department channel for more such videos. Any queries with respect to it, you can reach out to varkanath@sdbt.edu.in. Thank you, one and all.